Hi, my name is Frances Mayall, Marketing and Communications Manager with Good Return, and I am joined by Anvesha Punjani, our Impact and Effectiveness Lead. Together, we will take you on a pictorial and narrative journey to the hilly regions of Nepal and discuss how climate change is affecting the livelihoods of the people there. We will also delve into the potential innovative solutions to how we are tackling this issue through financial literacy and financial capability. Anvesha is now going to take you on a journey direct to Nepal.
Thanks, Fran. Hello, everyone. Let me first start help you all to imagine the hilly regions of Himalayas, as you can see in our background, the beautiful mountain range in Nepal. In case you are not familiar with the region, the geography of the area is difficult with steep hills. Bishnu Kumari, one of the inhabitants of this area, lives in the lower reaches of Himalayas. She is 53 years old and has 7 family members. She belongs to lower caste. Lower caste or untouchables are since generations have experienced discrimination in this part of the world. She does not have any formal education, but she can sign her name. She has been practicing subsistence agriculture, producing rice paddy, millet, corn, vegetables like garlic, onions, and potatoes, and some greens. She also produces banana and oranges. She owns a buffalo, goats, and some chickens. Vishnu has been working since young age and learned agricultural practices and livestock activities from her parents and other family members. She and other inhabitants in her village experience mild winters, very hot summers, and intense monsoon rains. The dramatic changes in climate in recent years are hard for her to understand, and she feels her knowledge and experience, which has been passed down through generations, are not working for her. She says when we were adolescents, the environment was very cold and clean the whole day. We were in the corn and the millet fields even in the sunny day, but it was not very hot. But nowadays, it's hard to spend even 2 hours continuously because of the increase in the temperature. She has been growing bananas and was able to sell for 10,000 rupees, around 110 Australian dollars each year in the past. Vishnu used the stem of the banana to feed the livestock. This year, she has discovered a new disease among the plant that has destroyed the entire plantation. They don't know how to treat this in the field. In fact, no one in the village knows it. Apparently, it's a new pest that is found in the warmer areas and had not been seen before in these areas. The local administration is equally lost. She says that this year I'm losing whole plant and money. We women are suffering to even feed food to our children and the family members. Hence, due to climate change, agricultural production is going down. They spend more time than previous years to collect firewood and water. It's very hard for people to get to the market to sell surplus produce and purchase necessities.
Wow, well, it's stories like these that is the reason why we at Good Return are determined to help women like Vishnu. We are determined to help her face the realities of climate change and build a stronger future, despite the changes that are beyond her control. As most of you would know, the world's richest 1% of the population are responsible for more than twice as many emissions as the poorest 50%, which means that women like Vishnu unfairly take the burden due to the actions or inaction of others. Where Vishnu lives, climate change has led to an increase in temperature and a reduction in productivity, earning, and health. Women, children, the elderly, and people living in slums, hills, and rural areas, essentially that are disaster-prone areas, have suffered more during disasters in Nepal and from the climate change. The number of people in Nepal annually affected by river flooding caused by climate change could double from 157,000 in 2010 to 350,000 in 2030. Our way of helping Bishnu and her community is to build financial confidence, financial independence, and financial resilience, ultimately to ensure she is financially included. So Anvesha, how does Good Return go about building financial capability and inclusion? And how do we do this in remote communities?
The Consumer Awareness and Financial Empowerment Initiative, or we call as CAFE, is an innovative financial education program for people in disadvantaged communities. Focused on behavior change, CAFE helps learners to make good financial choices so they can plan for their future and take control of their money. Our goal is to build confidence in every learner, enabling them to take control of their financial life and ultimately know how to plan and save so they can be ready for unexpected events such as those caused by climate change. We design creative and engaging courses, activities, interactive exercise, and also some interesting take home challenges to develop a learner's financial capability and confidence. We motivate them to go and speak in their households and discuss these with their other family members. Our curriculum is tailored to local settings and different level of literacy.
Well, it sounds like these tools are really well designed for the context, Anvesha. Could you tell me a little bit more about the tools and how they're delivered?
Some tools are digital friendly, but together with our partner, we deliver much of this training face to face. In Nepal, this means our team might take a 14-hour bus trip, followed by a full day of trekking to reach a remote village. Training might take outdoors or in someone's house. It's a weekly face-to-face training for 20 weeks. Well, 5 weeks to 20 weeks. Some settings we do 5 weeks of coaching as well, but in Nepal we mostly do 20 weeks of face-to-face training. I also want to highlight that in addition to our program, we run it in partnership with financial service providers, as we say FSPs in the countries. After the training, the access to finance from them help people move towards their dream and especially support them to get secured loans for economic purposes and help them in their distress time. With financial support, the families get additional money to engage in productive activities and diversify their incomes. Fran, would you like to talk about the results we have seen recently?
I would love to highlight the results because they're so great. Our regular rigorous evaluation process has just revealed a huge 58% improvement in financial literacy scores of learners in this 20-week financial literacy program in Nepal up until March this year. This is a huge jump in knowledge and awareness from before the training. Impressively, by the end of the training, 74% of learners shared how they were able to apply what they learned to feel more secure, starting with reducing unnecessary expenses and always trying to spend less than their earnings. When Bishnu took 20 weeks of cafe coaching, she told us the education and business support really helped her to be alert to changing events and to cope with financial shocks by having savings and being able to borrow at a reasonable rate when she needed. She says she is now aware to work on things that are in her control in the village and not on those that are out of her control, like climate change. Our cafe monitoring app helps us to collect accurate data on participants, and we use it to monitor the training. We teach learners to mark their attendance on the app directly, and their feedback is inputted into the app as well. This is a very user-friendly and accessible way to get feedback from the participants. So really, the results are showing that our face-to-face training is highly effective in building financial capability for women like Bishnu and really helping her to prepare her for any shocks that might be coming in the future due to the changes in climate, the pests that we talked about before, and the massive difficulties that some of the communities like Bishnu's are facing. But Anvesha, what is the importance of digital tools?
Um, Fran, it's a great question. Before we jump on that, it's always so nice when we go into villages for monitoring visit and we hear learner after the learner talking about the importance of saving. It feels that programs are working. But digital tools have massive powers. We combine them with our financial trainings. In Cambodia and Philippines, for instance, we have integrated our My Money Tracker app into our financial coaching. The app helps micro entrepreneurs track their expenses on daily basis. It is designed for people with low literacy levels. We hope to introduce this app in Nepal and other countries as well in Asia Pacific region where we operate. To expand our reach beyond our face-to-face training, we also run digital media campaigns. In Cambodia, we reached over 1 million people with a national campaign with the National Bank of Cambodia. Let's talk money, little by little. This campaign centers around the story of a young couple who moved to the city to start their lives and business. The story is told over Facebook videos, clips, and in radio series. We have made use of Facebook Messenger as well to ensure discussion and information sharing continues. This has been particularly effective when we are working with women garment factory workers. Well, let's also not forget about the Solomon Island work, where we ran a campaign during the FIFA World Cup last year with the central bank again to share messages about the importance of savings. The campaign clips were played during the advertisements of the World Cup soccer matches, cleverly ensuring we reach the majority proportion of the population across all age groups. I just want to add the evaluation of these campaigns have also thrown some fantastic results. For instance, in Solomon Island, when we carried out a follow-up survey 3 months back to check retention, 98% of the respondents could recollect the videos, and 67% could share the key message of being mindful of how money is spent, and more than half could recall to save for future needs. Isn't it motivating, Fran? Similarly, we have some great results coming from Cambodia Financial Literacy Campaign. We recently reviewed the data with our partners, National Bank. Do keep an eye on our website and social media to see the findings.
Love all that great news, Anvesha. I guess I just really want to wrap up by saying that digital media and financial inclusion really go hand in hand when it comes to raising awareness of the issues facing marginalised people in our region. And as a marketing communications person, I'm very passionate about that. When we tell and share the stories of women like Bishnu, we bring a reality of climate change that people in other nations are yet to have to face. Preparing Bishnu and her community to the risks of climate change helps us all. As this is a global issue, we must all learn from each other on how to react to the challenge and even fight the change. Women like Bishnu so rarely have a voice, so organisations like Good Return and events like Financial Inclusion Week are vital in reminding people that Bishnu should be included and Bishnu deserves to keep her business going and her livelihood strong. Financial inclusion and resilience for women benefits her community, her economy, and her country, and our work to reduce the impacts of climate change and build a more sustainable future. If you're interested in our work, please do visit our website or follow Good Return on LinkedIn and Facebook. We'll be sharing a lot more about building financial inclusion for Bishnu and other women in Nepal and in our region.
Thank you.